You've heard the headlines, ChatGPT is shrinking your brain. The studies from Harvard, MIT, panic everywhere. But what if that's not the whole story? What if our brains aren't breaking? They're evolving. And what if the problem isn't AI? It's that we're not evolving fast enough. Let me show you what I mean. Hey, I'm Chris Rainwaters. Think of me today as the translator between science, spirit, and sacred ritual. I helped you reconnect your mind, your body, and your power through ancient frameworks and modern neuroscience. If you're curious about how to evolve with AI without losing your soul and your brain, you're in the right place. Let's break this down. So here's the problem. Recent studies from Harvard and MIT show something alarming. People who rely on AI to do their writing for them show signs of cognitive atrophy, less memory, less creativity, less critical thinking. But let's go one layer deeper, because the studies aren't just about writing. They're revealing something much more profound. We're witnessing an evolutionary fork in human cognition, because writing isn't just a skill, it's a neural structure. And when we stop using that structure, we don't just lose the skill, we clear space in the brain for something else to grow. So the real question is are we consciously choosing what grows there next? Historically, every major communication shift rewired our minds. Oral storytelling shaped memory, rhythm, and relational bonding. Writing introduced abstraction, permanence, and the ability to organize knowledge over time. The printing press expanded literacy and linear reasoning. The internet fractured linearity, but exploded our access to patterns and collective data. And now AI isn't just another tool. It's a rupture in how we create, not just how we consume. So when the studies say our brains are shrinking, what they're actually observing is neural pruning, a kind of evolutionary housekeeping, which on its own isn't bad. The real danger here is doing nothing with the space that pruning opens up. So what if the issue isn't that we're letting go of writing? What if the issue is that we're not replacing it with something better? So here's my theory. Writing is already a slow, outdated method of communication. Really, think about it for a second. When you write something, you don't just express a thought, right? You have to think the thought, translate it into language, structure it into proper syntax, write it out manually, then revise for clarity, grammar, tone, and then if you're going to do this professionally, pass it to an editor to check for errors, pacing, bias, flow, accessibility, yada, yada. That's not communication. That's bureaucracy. Now compare that to what AI can do in seconds. It spell checks, it restructures, it detects emotional tone, contradiction, verbosity, even logical fallacies. As long as the author reads, understands, and agrees with the final version, then the message is still pure. It's still authentic. It just arrived faster, more refined, less distorted by the ego's insecurity, exhaustion, or social conditioning. In that way, AI is functioning like a neural translator. It strips the static from the signal, leaving your voice clearer, your truth more audible, your message more direct. And that is evolution. So maybe the goal was never to keep writing. Maybe it was to transcend the need for writing, to get in so tune with what you're trying to say that there's no longer a difference between what you feel and what they receive. That's not woo. That's just communication without distortion. And that's what telepathy really is. So here's what I see happening. Some people are offloading thinking to AI and replacing it with nothing. No intuition, no body awareness, no spiritual practice, just more scrolling, more numbing, more outsourcing. But others are using that freed up space to reconnect with something older than writing, direct knowing, pattern recognition, energetic resonance, what some might call telepathy. If this idea intrigues you, if something in your body is saying, yeah, this is it, okay, then here's 3 places where you can explore it further. The first one is the triune brain model. So human consciousness didn't emerge overnight. We evolved in layers. The reptilian brain was first, right? Focused on survival, instinct, control. Then the limbic system. This is the home of emotion, memory, and social bonding. Then the neocortex, where language, abstraction, and logic live. Each new layer didn't erase the previous one, it integrated it. And now we are on the brink of what some neuroscientists and mystics alike describe as the next layer, a shift from information processing to pattern recognition, intuitive awareness, and energetic alignment. This next leap doesn't come from an external tech. It comes from inner technology, from coherence between body, mind, and energy, from reactivating the parts of us that already know but don't always have the language for it. The second one is neuroplasticity. This is the brain's gift, right? But here's the warning. AI doesn't destroy cognition. Neuroplasticity means the brain is plastic, meaning it's constantly reshaping itself in response to how we use it. So if we stop writing and just scroll, we lose range. But if we stop writing and start engaging in practices that challenge and deepen awareness, like meditation, somatic awareness, or sacred ritual, then the new neural pathways form. Not only can you maintain mental function, you can actually gain new faculties, enhanced emotional regulation, heightened intuition, stronger inner vision, greater pattern recognition. It's not about preserving the old. It's about upgrading the operating system. And the third way is beta brainwaves and heart-brain coherence. So this is the direct state of knowing when your brain enters theta. So this is a frequency that's most common during deep meditation, hypnosis, or that dreamy space just before sleep. This is where you access the realm of the subconscious. It's also the state where creativity, healing, and what some call downloads occur. In theta, you're not thinking in words. You're receiving images, patterns, energy. This is the neurological doorway to telepathic style communication, knowing without explaining, feeling without filtering. Now add heart-brain coherence to that. That's when your heart's rhythm aligns with your brainwave patterns. Measured by tools like HeartMath's HRV monitors, this state creates increased clarity, emotional stability, greater resilience, and a kind of bioenergetic resonance that lets you tune into others without words. This isn't woo either. It's measurable and trainable. We just have to choose it. So next time you catch yourself outsourcing your thinking, ask yourself this: am I pruning or evolving? Because what you plant in that empty space becomes the future of your mind. If you want to go even deeper, if this stirs something in you, there is a free masterclass that dives into this exact territory. I'll show you how to bridge between your logical brain and your energetic body. We cover the nervous system, sacred geometry, ritual, and the real reason your transformation hasn't stuck yet. You'll walk away with tools and clarity. Links in the description, and it'll also pop up as the next video to watch at the end of this one. Here's what the title card looks like. And there's a shorter, concise, condensed version linked in the comments as well, and it can be found on the suggested playlist at the end of this video. And if you're ready for a deeper, expansive reset, come walk the 44-day ritual of light with me. It's medicine steeped in mysticism, distilled through science, and served in a cup of witchcraft. You won't just learn this stuff, you'll become it. We are not meant to fear AI. We are meant to outgrow it. The goal isn't to write better, it's to know better, to feel more clearly, to communicate with truth and clarity before words are even formed. This is the invitation, and you already know what to do with it.